Are you struggling with higher cost per clicks and ranking below your competitors inside Google Ads? If that is the case for you, quality score might be part of the issue. Now, fixing your quality score can help a lot with fixing your cost per clicks and boosting the amount of conversions that you're going to get. And in today's video, we're going to show you how to do so step by step. And just to give you an idea of how Google Ads themselves actually define quality score, it's a score given to you on a scale of 1 to 10 at the keyword level, and a higher quality score means that your ad and landing page are more relevant and useful to someone searching for your keyword compared to other advertisers. And the three metrics that determine your quality score are your expected click-through rate, your ad relevance, and your landing page experience. All three of which I'll show you how to find and improve as well inside this video. Now, before we show you how to find your quality score and actually improve the quality score of your own keywords, I just wanted to firstly mention that I wouldn't say quality score is the most important metric that you're going to see inside your Google Ads account. When I'm looking at keywords, ads, ad groups, and anything else that I want to make adjustments or optimizations to, it's always the conversion rate and cost per conversion that are going to be the most important metrics that we're going to look at, because we've seen some keywords that have a low quality score but have really good conversion rates and cost per conversion. And in some cases, when you see stats like this, you don't want to necessarily pause those keywords if they're already performing well. But I would treat quality score as a good indication as to how much Google likes your ad. And if you do manage to improve this, then you are more likely to get a lower cost per click and see more conversions as a result, since you get more clicks for what you're spending. And now, to show you how to find quality score inside your Google Ads campaign, you come to your campaign first of all, and then you come down to keywords. So search keywords under audiences, keywords and content. And once you have your list of keywords pulled up, then you want to scroll across down at the bottom and see if quality score is already displayed. And you will see a quality score displayed for some of your keywords here, along with the expected click-through rate, landing page experience, and ad relevance, which, as we mentioned, are the three metrics that actually determine what your overall quality score is going to be. And if you don't see these columns alongside your keywords automatically, what you want to do is go to columns, modify columns, and then go to all columns, scroll down to quality score, and then you just want to make sure you select quality score, expected click-through rate, landing page experience, and ad relevance. And now what we're going to do as well inside this video is go through each of these metrics one by one and show you the most common mistakes that lead to low quality scores and what you can do instead to improve yours. Now, first of all, when we talk about expected click-through rate, which is actually the most important of the three metrics that go into determining your overall quality score, you want to make sure that you have ad copy that, first of all, is highly relevant to the keywords of that ad group, but also ad copy that is highly compelling and actually likely to get the click if somebody sees the ad. And a common mistake I see with regards to ad copy and click-through rate is using a lot of Google's automated headlines that appear, and basically just using all of Google's suggestions when it comes to just giving you a bunch of headlines, so that way you can just fill up your 15 headlines automatically. But just because you might have all of your 15 headlines and 4 descriptions and you're giving an ad strength score of excellent, this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the highest click-through rate from your ads. But what we like to do a lot of the time with our responsive search ads is actually have 3 pinned headlines and 2 descriptions, and then another 2 separate ads in each ad group. But make sure that the limited copy that we do use in each ad is the most compelling ad copy that we can possibly use, that is highly relevant to the keyword of that ad group. So, for example, we'd only have driveway installation based keywords for a headline like this, and also have more keyword focus in our headlines, but also benefits of why they should choose us, for example 20% off. And also we want to highlight social proof as well in our headline as well. So what would make them trust us over one of our competitors, for example saying that we have 25 plus 5-star reviews on Google, or anything else that gives us social proof. Same with our descriptions as well. If we were to have 2 really strong descriptions with keyword focus which identifies the problem, benefits of why they should choose us, so like the main reasons why they should pick up our company over anybody else, and clear call to actions to let the user know what action to take next, whether that's to call us directly or to fill out the form on the landing page. And we like to do this rather than having all 4 descriptions, because we can have another 2 ads in that ad group and it becomes very apparent very quickly which of the ads are going to perform best, because we know which headlines and descriptions are performing best rather than letting Google A B test all of that for us. So, the first mistake we commonly see when it comes to expected click through rate in giving you a low quality score is not writing ad copy that's actually likely to get you the click in the first place. And another mistake we often see then, which really comes down to ad relevance, is that, most people when gathering their list of keywords for their campaign are, really good at, finding the right keywords with high buying intent to use. For example, just in a case like this where you're using roofing, for example, you'd have no problem identifying that these keywords that we're selecting are all high buying intent, like roofing contractors near me, local roofing company near me, best roofers near me, metal roof repair near me, roof leak repair near me, and so on, and downloading all your massive list of keywords into a spreadsheet. But the problem then comes down to writing relevant ads for all of those keywords. Because what I see in a lot of cases happening is where, you try and write relevant ads for all of these keywords, but not all of these keywords have the exact same intent behind them, even if those keywords are all related to the same service. And just to give you an idea of, what keywords being split up actually look like, for a roofing campaign like this, for example, where the company offers, a wide range of services, you can see here, for example, with, gutter cleaning, that all of the gutter cleaning related keywords are all of the exact same intent. So every keyword inside this gutter cleaning ad group are all going to be highly related to gutter cleaning specifically. Same with another ad group like this, for example, roof repair. So you're going to see that in this ad group, every keyword is going to be highly specific to roof repair. And the reason you want to do this is because the ad copy then for this ad group, you're able to make a lot more relevant when you have your keywords split up this way, compared to trying to write somewhat relevant ad copy that will fit into all of the keywords. And as you can see here as well, we have multiple keywords inside every ad group. And the reason for this as well is because it used to be a case where there was single keyword ad groups where you'd have a separate ad group for every single keyword, and that is no longer the case because Google's AI is at a point now where it actually understands user intent. So Google's AI will understand that roof repair services, roof fix, roofing repairs, roof maintenance repairs, roof repairs, they basically all mean the same thing. And Google's AI is smart enough to understand that the intent of all of these searches is the exact same. And for that reason, we're able to have all of these keywords in the same ad group and all pointing to the same ad copy as well. Because as long as we have ad copy that mentions roof repair specifically in our headlines and descriptions, we are likely going to have high ad relevance because Google's AI understands that, okay, if the keywords in this ad group are roof repair, and then the ad copy headlines and descriptions say roof repair, and then they get brought to a landing page that also says roof repair, that there's clear alignment here between our keywords, ads, and landing pages. And that's what you want to do for all of the services that you offer as well, or keywords that you're targeting in general. Just make sure that you have them all split up into separate ad groups based on intent. And that's the main thing I'd really say about relevance is that if you notice some keywords together in the same ad group, but you notice that some of those keywords could be more relevant by having separate ad copy for those keywords, then you want to split them up into separate ad groups. As long as you don't have too many separate ad groups, depending on, what your daily budget is. Now, the other thing as well that Google takes into account when determining your keywords quality score is landing page experience. And this not only is an example of a bad design of a landing page, but also it would never be highly relevant to any specific search because you can see here that this is just, a website that tries to cover all aspects of anything that somebody's going to be searching. And what you do not want to do with your ads is send all of your traffic to the same website that somewhat answers the question that they have. You can see here, for example, in this cruise.com landing page that they have cruise deals, cruise lines, destinations, specialty cruises, ports, land tours, and so on. And if you were running a Google Ads campaign for something like this, what you'd want to do instead is have a separate landing page for each of these with a headline that is highly relevant to the keywords and ad copy of that ad group. And most importantly, as well, what you want to do is you do not want to have links to so many different pages. For example, you don't want to have links to other services that isn't relevant to what's being searched. You don't want to have links to social media pages down at the very bottom. And you don't want loads of different call to actions as well. You can have, for example, a phone number and an option to fill out a form. But you do not want to overwhelm the user with, a ton of different options of where they can go when they land on the landing page, because the chances are they'll just leave if you do that. But what you can instead do to improve your overall landing page experience is have a really simply designed, high converting landing page template where you have a separate headline depending on the keywords and ad copy of that ad group. So you don't need to go making separate websites or web pages or anything like that for every ad group. But what you can do instead is have your general landing page template. Make sure that conversion tracking is set up on that version, and then duplicate that landing page for as many ad groups that you need to do so for. And then all you need to do in each case is make sure you have keyword focus here in your headline as well as your offer underneath. Have a simple landing page like this that has social proof, benefits, why they should choose you, clear call to actions that are really easy to fill out. And as well, then you can go into more specific detail on, the keywords of that ad group as well. So let's say you're running a landscaping company and you have a driveway based ad group, then you can go into more details on driveways down here because that's what the keywords and ad copy of that ad group is all related to. So what you want to do with your landing page is just craft a page that is highly relevant to the keywords and ads of that ad group. And then if that landscaping company, for example, also offers patios, you could simply just change this from driveways to patios, give a description for patios here, and just change this to a more relevant photo as well. And that way, then you don't have to make a brand new landing page for every service that you offer. But it is worth mentioning as well, just to make sure that you do have enough keyword focus on your landing page, just so that Google deems it relevant and, is likely to give you a good landing page experience. And also what you can do as well is make sure that your actual landing page loads quickly. So there is a website called Page Speed Insights. It's basically a free Google tool where you can enter in your landing page. And we actually have a separate video on this inside the channel as well if you want to take a look. That kind of just goes through the key metrics. But you can paste in your landing page URL in here, and it's going to just tell you, how fast your landing page is loading, and you'll know from there if it's good to go for your campaign. Because you don't want to have a landing page that takes longer than a few seconds to load, because people are likely to just bounce off the page if they have to wait longer than, a few seconds to get onto the landing page. And another thing you can do with your landing pages as well to improve your overall landing page experience is download a tool like Microsoft Clarity onto your landing pages. So you can track, for example, how long somebody spends on average when they visit the page. And for example, with one company's landing pages, there's been like nearly 500 visits in the last month. And on average, they've spent nearly a minute on the landing page. And this gives us a good indication that, they feel that the landing page is somewhat relevant when they land on the page. But if this number was under 20 seconds, for example, chances are they don't feel like you're answering their problem, because if they're leaving the landing page really quickly, then they're expecting one thing but then getting another. And improving the active time spent on the page, as well as scroll depth and other factors, then a free analytics tool like Microsoft Clarity is a great way to determine, what can be improved about your landing page. But what we'll do as well is make a separate video on clarity in general, just because there's so many different aspects to talk about when it comes to analyzing your landing page itself. So everything we went through so far just all ties back into, how to improve your quality score. So firstly, you want to go through all of the keywords inside your campaign. And if there are any keywords that you notice that would actually have more relevant ad copy if it was in its own ad group, then you can split it up into a separate ad group from the current keywords that you have grouped together. And in terms of our ad copy, which determines our expected click through rate, which, as we mentioned, is the most important of the three metrics that actually determine your quality score, what you can also do with your headlines is use a tool like dynamic keyword insertion, so that if somebody searches one of the keywords in your ad group, that exact keyword is going to appear as the headline. And what we can do to do that is type in the squiggly bracket first of all, and just choose keyword insertion and change this to title case then, just so all of the words of the headline will be in capital letters. And if this was, a driveway installation based ad group, then you can just put in, driveway installation for that, and then just press apply. So that way then, if we have a bunch of keywords like this, like driveways installers near me, driveway installation, driveway installers, driveway installation companies, and so on, and if anybody searches one of these keywords, then that is exactly the exact headline that's going to appear for their headline one. And they're highly likely going to click on an ad that has a headline that matches exactly what they search for. And dynamic keyword insertion is just a really useful strategy to boost your expected click through rate. And the three things to remember when it comes to writing highly compelling ad copy that's likely to get the click and likely to have a high expected click through rate is to make sure that you identify the problem that they have. So if somebody's searching for driveway installation, then you want to make sure that your headlines and your descriptions mention driveway installation because you're solving the problem that they have by saying so. You want to give clear benefits or reasons to buy as well. So for example, you can offer a percentage discount, or else think of any things that stand out about your company that your competitors don't have. A few obvious ones are licensed and insured, for example, but if you can go beyond this and think of anything that helps you stand out even more, then having this as a benefit or reason to buy will make people pause when they're scrolling on Google and actually make them stop and want to click on your ad versus anybody else's. And then clear call to actions as well, which you can also have in your headlines, but also your descriptions as well. So you could say, call us today for a free quote, schedule a free assessment, or any other call to action like that, depending on the action that you want them to take next. Those are the three main components of highly compelling, highly clickable ad copy. And as we mentioned with our landing page experience as well, we don't need to manually make every landing page from scratch. As long as we change the headline around in each case to be highly relevant to the keywords and ads of that ad group, and have more keyword focus down below where we go into more detail about the service. So you might need to change around some of the images as well, but you're not going to have to design a new landing page from scratch every time. And as long as the page has a nice design and is simple to navigate and also loads quickly, like you can do with the page speed insights test that we mentioned, then you're also likely going to have a high landing page experience, which is the final aspect in determining your quality score. So I hope this video helped improve your overall quality score inside Google Ads to reduce your cost per click and improve your overall conversion rate. Now, if you do have any questions at all about quality score or anything else related to Google Ads, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are a service-based company looking for further help improving your overall ads performance, feel free to have a look at the link in the description down below. And if you do like this Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.